Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Luxe and Love, a conversation of self-care for the culture. Okay, so I am here with a very, very special person who I very much so adore, who never really likes to be in front of the camera, so this is kind of different for her. But my girl is so special to me, so I am so excited to have this conversation of self-care and all the things. So here we are with Raquel. Raquel, tell the people about yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
Oh, Lord.
Other than the obvious.
I'm a brand ambassador for Melanated. Yes, I am. And if you don't have one of these, you're crazy. This is comfortable. I mean, you can look at it and it's like...
It's so crazy because, like, you just don't know what people are going to like. So you, like, don't buy a lot of it.
I love it.
And that was, like, one of the things that, like, went...
It's really comfortable. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, I've washed it maybe 80 times. It's really good. Okay, so my name is Raquel. I do everything. I don't even know where to start, honestly. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a creative. I don't know. I need some directors. Help me. Like, what can I
feel like you're all the things.
I'm just a vibe.
Definitely a vibe.
That's it.
But I would say, I mean, outside, I don't like to lead with like what you do as a profession.
Yeah.
But I feel like leading like just with who you are as a person, and like you are such a rare breed. Especially to me in my adult life.
Yes.
Because like you remind me of like my good girlfriends from college. Like we, you know.
That makes me special.
So
special.
It's just like you don't find people like you that just like get it.
Yes. Yeah, you don't.
No. How did we meet?
I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like it was a blur because I was probably going through postpartum at the time. But I definitely met you through Nirvana.
Oh my God, you had to be because that was 4 years ago.
When you had the
I had just opened up Melanated. Oh
no, the co-working space.
Girl, that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, you met me at the space?
At those events that you used to have. You and Janine used to have. Like the little
Did
wine.
we speak?
Yeah.
Or were you talking to Janine?
No, we spoke. But I think, you know what it is? I do think that we connected more when you first opened the spa.
Because that was like more your vibe.
Yeah. My husband was fancy. He was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take you to Melanated for Mother's Day. I was like, okay.
No, we definitely.
I did a whole
I don't even know
TikTok.
how, yeah, I don't remember. Wow. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that time was a blur for me. I was like...
Life moves so fast.
Yeah.
Wow, girl, that was 6... That had to be... Now, if I met you, then that's like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Almost, yeah. Because I had just had Isaiah.
Yeah. It had to be almost 6 years ago. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you met me as a fresh Miamian.
Oh, you had just moved
to
Miami. Oh.
Moved to this crazy city. This crazy city that I'm ready to...
Yeah, I just said it today. I'm ready. I don't know.
Ready for something new.
I'm ready for new people. Because honestly,
new adventure.
For me, where we live is just not conducive to raise a black child.
Really?
I hate going to the playground.
Why?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Because they don't talk to him.
They don't talk to him. But Zay be going up to he's not shy.
And that's the thing. He's not shy. And he'll say, oh, you want to be my friend? And they'll just walk away. It breaks my heart.
Wait, but
it makes me want to...
No. But you're
doing that to my child. Where your mom at?
Kids probably don't. You know how... They're probably shy.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Because I see other
my
kids...
little cousin Lulu be like, what are you...
No.
She's friendly because River's friendly.
I usually can tell when it's just like a kid being a kid and then something else.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll see other kids come and they'll go up to them and they'll play with them. And it's just like...
Really?
We had a blowout one day at the playground because this little boy spit on him.
Oh no, that's bad. Where was the mom or dad?
She was sitting right there. So I went up to her. I was like, your child spit on my child's forehead. And she said something out loud in Spanish.
To the baby.
Yeah. No, why you ain't get up? That's absolutely no. So what do I do as a mom? If he do that again, if anybody spits on you again, punch him in the face. Punch him.
That's crazy. Yes. The mom didn't reprimand him?
No. And
didn't make the child go and apologize?
No. Like, we literally got into a huge argument. We got into a huge argument on the playground. And so it was another guy. He was trying to intervene, and he told her, he was like, you can't just yell out in another language to your child for something that's just not, like, you shouldn't do that. Girl, when I tell you, these people in South Florida are just... So now we got to go to Pembroke Pines to go to a playground because that's more of a family friendly. It's more diverse. It's families. I don't know.
Right.
Ugh.
I hate that happened.
I hate it. No, that's what breaks my heart.
Yeah. I like bullying is something I don't play with.
That's what breaks my heart. It's like he's like the nicest little baby. He loves everybody. Then the real Dade County gonna come up out of me, and I don't want that. I don't want to go to jail. I like my mom.
Yeah, no, that's not okay. I was bullied. Same. But it never it's so interesting because I was definitely bullied, but for whatever reason, it never broke me. I did not care. When I tell you, first person, you play with me, I'm telling. I am telling. I refuse.
I was the opposite. We fighting.
No,
we fighting. Period.
And I don't know if it was.
We gonna fight.
And it was interesting because my father, when he tells us stories about when he came into the country, my dad was a fighter, like blood for blood.
Yeah, that's me.
Like he is like, if someone touches you, it's a wrap.
So why?
I don't know why I became like. I think about that. I'm like, why? Because my dad was also very much so, maybe I think it was different, him growing up in Brooklyn, where it was like, he was like, my dad
people from New York are aggressive.
Told me that he had to demolish people, like, obliterate them.
Oh my God.
In order for them. So that, to me, I will never forget. I was probably 10 years old. And it was late at night. There was a place in my hometown called Red Shacks or Red Shack Snacks, something like that, in the hood. A family friend was in town, so my dad we were getting fried chicken. It was me and my older sister in the car. And I remember my dad coming out, and he just told me and my sister, he opened the door, he said, get down under the seat. Like, put your heads down.
That sounds like a movie.
Whatever he did. I don't know. To this day, I don't know what that man did.
And it's so crazy because your dad is the sweetest man.
My dad is a Gemini.
He is the sweetest man.
Love him.
Oh my gosh. He's like right so here. Meek and like, yeah.
Yeah.
And calm and, relaxed.
He is. But
he is from New York, though. New York people are
and really Haitian.
Yes. And I think being Haitian in New York at that time was a little different.
My dad is he's like, yeah, don't mess with him. Because then there's a whole other side. Oof. But yeah, I'll never forget that. And I was like, I remember when he got back in the car, me and my sister didn't say anything. I guess as a kid, maybe we
It was an awkward ride home. Like,
it wasn't even awkward. It was just, hey.
Dad is a part of the mafia on the level.
So, but yeah, no. And growing up, yes, I was in private school, and then we transitioned into public school, and talking the way I talk, and having the name Megan.
Listen,
didn't fare well with the Black American kids, but for whatever reason, again, it never. I will say, I was more. Sometimes I did not want to speak around the Black American kids because I just didn't want to hear them say I was a white girl.
I went to Northwestern, okay? People used to call me white girl because I spoke proper. I don't know. That's just how I speak. That's how I spoke. That's how I still speak. Now, it'll jump out sometimes depending on the context of the situation. Like at the playground, the Dade County really was going to pop out. Because, what? Oh, my God. And then the crazy thing is, so where we live, there's a Publix in our building. She work at Publix. And I'm not taking away from people that work at Publix, okay? I'm not saying that. But you are enabling a behavior like this when you work at Publix. Like...
Wait, this was a parent on the playground?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Oh, my God.
But bullying is something I take very seriously. I don't condone it. And I remember kids, like in high school, I would always stick up for a kid getting bullied. Like that to me is just, don't bully someone.
It's not.
It is. I instantly see red when people bully.
Kids can be really mean. Like they can be so mean. And at their age, now they're reacting on learned behaviors and things that they're hearing in their home because most kids are so innocent. They don't know anything.
Right.
They learn this behavior by the energy that's in their home, by what their parents are talking about how they see their parents treat other people that might not look like them.
Right.
Because the next time it happens, you better squabble up. Because no.
Oh
my gosh.
To be in a fight as an adult, I mean, you know my...
Oh, I'm a fight by my child. I might not fight about a lot of other things, but when it comes to my kid... I will choke slam somebody. I really will.
No, I could see that. I could for
like no. That. Don't even look at him.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, so we met 6 years ago at my previous company.
Yes.
Through Nirvana.
This is when
I wish I remembered what event. What were you wearing?
Okay, so the first one was that there was like a brunch. And it was outside.
Okay.
And then the second one was, it was like a little wine connecting.
At night.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. What was I wearing? I don't know.
I remember what I was wearing though.
I remember idea.
That night. Yeah. I remember that night.
I don't know what I was wearing.
Because Indy was there.
Yeah. That's what I met her at the brunch.
Oh.
That's how we connected, yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yes. You a little connected.
I love that. That makes me happy. Being able to foster good connections.
Yes.
Because the crazy thing is I thought you and Indy had been friends.
No, we met at the brunch.
I had no idea.
Yes. And we just stayed in touch. I don't know. The relationship evolved. Like, honestly, I think at that point in my life, I was a new mom. It was a pandemic. None of my friends lived here. I was alone. I needed new friends.
Yeah.
I needed new friendships. I needed evolved friendships.
Yeah. For sure.
And now, like, the women that I have around me now, like, they are so solid. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Every woman should have a solid group of women.
But every woman doesn't have that.
Oh my gosh. It's life-changing.
It is. It makes you feel so empowered.
Yeah.
And you make less stupid decisions.
Yes.
And you get out of having a good girlfriend group.
Yes.
Will change your entire life.
It really will.
You will... Listen, we all make stupid decisions, right?
We do.
But your girl group will fix it real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
They will fix you up.
Indy is the one that keeps me accountable. Because I was telling her something I was going to do and she was like, no. And I'm like, she's like, no.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? All right.
It's interesting because like in a good girlfriend group, you need the one that's just going to be raw,
that's
unfiltered, does not care to spare a feeling of yours at any moment of your season. Mm-hmm. Then you have the one that kind of coddles you when you need it.
Yes.
Then
the
you
one
have
that's
the one
down
that's
for
going
anything.
right. Then you're gonna have the one that's gonna be your problem solver and be like, okay, let's rationalize this.
Yes.
Let's think through this strategically. And you gotta have one that's just down for the call, you know.
Yep.
So, listen, you're gonna do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna support you in any way you do it, but you just gotta let me know what you're gonna do.
Right. At least give me a heads up. Just a little heads up.
But to have all of those personalities in a good, solid girlfriend group that all have their heads straight on.
Yes.
And a lot to lose in life.
That's the important part.
Empower you to always be the best version of yourself.
I have all of that. I can honestly say I have all of those women around me.
Same.
I love it.
And it's interesting.
I feel like an adult.
Yeah. I feel like wherever I go, I always have that.
Yeah.
I always find that community somehow, some way. And it happens naturally. That's why when I hear girls, like even today, you know, the situation of listening to her, and I'm just like, I don't experience stuff like that.
Right.
And when people are saying that, and because I've obviously known her from she works with me.
Right.
But I was listening to her and I was like, I hope she also identifies that if you keep going through certain things, you need to look yourself in the mirror. Because these things are not just happening by coincidence every time. I have lived in Miami, Florida, and I have not. The only crazy incident I had was, Yes. But other than that, and that wasn't something I would say I brought upon myself.
Right.
That was the only
Somebody made a decision to be done.
And that was that.
But in Miami, especially in a certain niche, in that space that she's in, it's really catty. It's really, for lack of a better term, two-faced.
Wait, which space?
Like the political, I guess having access. Like when a person has access to something, sometimes they like to gatekeep it. And they don't want to let you in unless you do something for them.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
No, I'm not. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, no. That's just...
there's
other avenues to get to the final destination.
Exactly. You are not the only one. And also,
that's why there's Waze, Apple Maps,
Google Maps. Even your car has its own GPS system.
You can do avoid highway. You can do on the highway. You can do avoid tolls.
Right. You are not the end all be all.
Right. Multiple ways.
I've gotten this far.
To your final destination.
And I'm still going to keep going. So.
Right. I'll avoid the toll.
I don't know. Some people are like that. And I have no idea why. It's so stupid. It's so stupid because at the end of the day, nobody's an island. You need other people
to help
1000%.
You. Yeah.
You need other people to help you go along so that you can reach your goal. And you gatekeeping information, or actually thinking you're gatekeeping information, right, just going to be in the same place you started.
It's so funny thing. So you know how I brought the activation idea up.
Yeah.
And so I'm texting people. I'm like, hey, do you know anyone? We had just got off the phone, you and I.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, you're like, start calling around. So sending messages, texting, calling. And everyone was just like, well, what's the budget? What's this? And I'm like, I don't know. We got to figure this out together. Yeah. So there was one girl that said to me, she had messaged me a long message. I didn't even read the whole thing. But basically she was just like, oh, it's going to be really hard. I don't know anyone, all these things, just a whole bunch of nonsense. Yeah. Once I hear that, I'm just like, my mental can't even consume that at this point. So when she saw the post go up, her response was like, oh my gosh, you did it.
Did you think I was not going to do it?
I just chuckled. I said,
what does that even mean?
She didn't think I could do it.
Oh.
That's the thing, because the vision that I had sent her, you were the only person that I sent it too, and you're like, okay, let's get it done. And then same was the only two people. Okay, let's get it done. We'll figure it out.
Some people just don't have it, you know. A lot of people are moved by their own interests and their own motives. But also, sometimes when people say no to you, it's also God using them to say no to you so that you can do the thing that he needs you to do.
Yeah, which is push harder. And so I can get into different spaces.
Because now you see the response from the activation and people are like,
and then it's so crazy, girl. People are in my they do not understand. Oh, cheers.
Clink, clink, clink.
Wait, this is Issa Rae's wine. Or Prosecco.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
I like what it says on the side. We stay ready.
Oh, we do stay ready.
What are we doing?
Right. But no, it's what was the point I was bringing up? I wanted to make a point.
People are in the DMs now that they see.
And they're like, so what exactly did you do? No, you should have been there to experience it.
Right. Why are you asking?
They were like, they were just like, wow, did you no, you should have just been there to experience it. No. The right people are going to see it and they're going to understand it. Mm-hmm. And then that's who we're going to continue to work with.
Exactly. I
am so over this, like, having to explain what a marketing activation is. Like, why am I explaining this in 2025?
You know, okay, I'll explain it. So, experiential marketing is a relatively new term.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, hold your thought. In 2011, mm-hmm. I did an internship here in Miami at a wholesale shoe place. The owners of it allowed me to do an event. I was like, I have this event where I would like to do a fashion show and invite all Miami influencers. At the time, influencers was not even a thing.
That was like when YouTube was
these girls are still like the girls I had there. I'm not going to name their names, but they were at that event and we did it. And I think we had like 75 people come out, but that was experiential marketing because I got the shoes on the models and then you put the people who were shoe buyers and the influencers to get the traction.
That's when influencer marketing was like
so fresh, girl. Yeah.
It was literally just starting to become a thing before the bubble burst in like 2016, 2018. Yeah. So when people hear experiential marketing, they are like, what's that? Experiential marketing. You are actually experiencing what the brand offers.
Yeah.
You ever went into Publix and they're passing out samples? That's experiential marketing. You are experiencing what
you can buy the cheese or whatever.
It's to open you up to become a consumer of whatever is being sold. So even with that, I think I'm gonna just use pop-ups for example.
Yeah.
People go to pop-ups and they just pop up, right? They just pop up and expect people to buy.
Yeah.
But how can someone buy something from you where they don't, one, know who you are?
Yeah.
They don't know what your product is like. So if you don't give them that opportunity to try it, you don't open them up to possibly becoming a consumer.
Right. And the thing is, I think people also need to understand when it comes to experiential marketing too, you may not be offering, like, for example, obviously we have the melanated skincare line. We didn't necessarily have them try the skincare line.
Right.
But we gave them something to build a rapport, trust.
Exactly.
With
That's
them,
what you're
likability.
Building. Exactly.
And these are things people are still like, why am I explaining this? And I'm just like, I'm in the wrong room.
Just don't know. They really just don't know. And they're seeing all of these people start these brands and makeup and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And they don't really understand how essential experiential marketing is to a growing brand.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, it's like you said, it's not necessarily about the product itself. It's about experiencing the brand as a whole.
Yeah.
So everything we did, the keychain making, crafting is good for your health. Melanated Beauty Spa is about wellness and health. The DIY body scrub. If y'all don't have that coffee body scrub...
I love that you love that so much.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I just love coffee. I think that's the thing. We had the coffee, the body scrub station, which is something you offer, but they had the opportunity to kind of craft their own body scrub.
Yeah.
Which is something you can buy within the Melanated rapport, but you got to make your own. You physically got to touch it. You got to smell it. You got to package it. And then we had the
portrait.
Oh my gosh.
Which was so
because
lovely.
Show off your melanin.
Yeah.
Those pictures were...
No, yeah, she did that. You guys
that was
definitely
good.
did that.
That was like...
So it's just like, yeah, people understanding and like it's all encompassing, and it's a mental thing, right? Like it's psychological, like as, obviously as a business owner, as a marketer, you have to psychologically get your potential customers to buy in somehow.
Exactly. That's it. It's literally buy-in. Yeah. And they have to see you a lot of times before they actually decide to say, hey, I'm going to give this a try. What makes it even better is having that credibility to say, okay, yes, I heard somebody say this. Oh, I heard my friend say this. I want to try it.
Yeah. Even
I saw so many people say that.
Yeah. Yes, I did too. And I listened to that I listen to people's conversations intensely when we do things like that. And even in the treatment rooms. But I remember when we were setting up for that activation, and a girl walks by and she's like, their activation gets better and better every year. I'm always excited to see it.
Listen.
But wait, get this. She's never come over to experience the activation.
Oh.
And that was year 4 for us. So it tells you every time it takes that long for a person
to actually say, you know what? Let me go over and actually see what this is about.
Yeah. But she passes it by, but there's something, but then that's where I feel challenged, where I'm just like, okay, why would she just not come over and experience it?
It depends on where they are currently.
Yeah.
Because if she was working, she probably was just like, I just need to do this.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. So next time, hey, come, let me show you real quick.
Yeah. There's so many things I wrote down that I want to do differently.
Yes.
Or make sure that we negotiate moving forward.
Yeah. No,
with these, because
listen.
I think one thing that is very important, a lot of the workers came over to that station. We should have a designated, like maybe 45 minutes to an hour where the staff can like decompress before showtime.
It starts, so they can actually experience it. Yeah, I agree.
And I think that is also beneficial to what they have going on, because it's also like,
we definitely got to do the keychains again, and we need more tables. Because
you think we need more tables?
First of all, we had to kick the people. It's time to go.
I know, they didn't want to leave.
It's time to go.
We could have had way more people though. It was their flow.
That's the thing. It was not on us. It was on them.
No,
because
it wasn't.
They opened the main doors because I feel like we definitely had more people last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, way more people.
Because remember, the social following went up like 200.
Yeah.
Within an hour and like 30 minutes.
But we also did a raffle, which we should probably do again.
The room wasn't as full as last time.
No, it was. They had more people than they did last year.
I'm saying the vendor room. I remember the vendor room packed.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I wonder why that was.
Too many doors.
Yeah.
You have all those doors people can access.
But also,
they had an outside area.
That wasn't there last year.
No.
That was not there last year at all. Move all the bars inside. If you're going to do something out there, a couple of tables, but put all of the bars on the inside.
It was too scattered.
Yeah.
Too much, yeah. You literally have to direct people. And even though I know, this is kind of off topic, but on topic, I'll say this on Blue in the Face. Target has the consumer shopping experience down pat.
Yep.
To the point where every one of us walk into Target for one thing and will never leave with one thing.
But y'all shouldn't be shopping at Target right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But let's Target.
Where are we supposed to shop? Because we can't shop at Amazon.
And therein lies the problem.
Shopping?
I don't know.
Well, y'all need to come to Melanated.
Right. You need skincare?
Yes. Come and buy these products right here. Full skincare line.
Yes.
But yeah, no. You are literally the only person that I've met here so far that like just understands marketing and just like aside from that, aside from just like the business aspect, it's just like your character and like who you are.
Aww.
Like you just
Don't make me mushy.
I have to give you your flowers.
That's why I'm always behind the camera, because I'm just gonna hide.
I have to give you your flowers because it's, girl, like literally I'm so grateful.
Oh.
Because people do not know, Raquel you've been behind a lot of like the major things that I've done.
Yeah.
Front facing with Melanated.
Listen, Melanated is that girl. Guys.
It is that girl.
I will always say that.
She is. And we're working it.
Yes.
And I feel like we're like on the cusp of something. Okay, so with everything that you do, especially being a mom.
Yes.
And a wife.
Yes.
When do you find time for self-care?
Oh, man. So, I really, I feel like, one, I've been crying every week since the beginning of the year. At least 2 to 3 times. Because just life is really lifing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until recently where I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, where I really started understanding what self-care is for me, not this idea that we see on social media or Pinterest or whatever.
Right.
So I've adopted this shower routine. Oh my God.
Oh my God, you sound like my sister. How long is your shower? Because my sister...
I don't know.
She literally... Me and my sister talk a lot throughout the day. I'm like, girl, where are you? Girl, I'm taking another shower. Because that is like her peak.
I don't know what it is. So I've adopted this shower routine. I take a candle in there. I light it. Even I've upgraded like the types of soaps that I use.
Yeah.
I just take my time and I meditate and I pray and I just wash all of the negativity and everything that I'm holding on to. It's so like healing for me.
Yeah.
I use my melanated scrub. Literally.
I'm happy that can be healing for you.
Put it, and then I get out and then I use my golden hour oil. Yes, I do. Listen. I put on my golden hour oil. I wash my face. I wrap my hair. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
So by the time I get in the bed, I just feel so good.
Do you have like a certain set of pajamas you like?
Well, my...
Well, you wear moo-moos?
A melanated onesie.
Oh, I love the melanated onesies. I'm so comfortable.
Just call me a brand ambassador, because
right, you have like all of them. You're like an OG.
I do. So my melanated onesie. There is this one set of pajamas that my mom bought me when I was pregnant, but it's so comfortable, and I still wear it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like, and also wearing pajamas.
Oh my God,
wear pajamas.
Love pajamas.
It just does something to you,
girl.
I don't know
a
what it
good
is.
2-piece button-up pajama.
Yes, you just feel so like, I don't know. It does something to your psyche, or
and
like
a robe.
your subconscious. Yes.
And I like a long robe.
Just feels so good. You like walking through the house with your feet clapped. I feel like an adult. I feel rich.
I love a good robe and some slippers.
I feel rich. I need to go buy me. I need to invest in me some Hermes like teacups and just feel rich.
Right.
No, it really does something to you. So when I wake up the next day, I just feel like I didn't go to sleep just to wake up. I only went to sleep because I needed rest. No, I went to sleep. I actually had a dream because I wasn't dreaming. Yeah. I used to dream all the time. I wasn't dreaming. Now I'm dreaming. Yeah. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, I feel like Cinderella after she married the prince.
No, I love that for you.
No, my showers are like, that's my moment. Don't bother me. Let me be. I kick Isaiah go to sleep. I kick the dog out. Just, that's me time.
No,
I love it. So I realized like that's something that I don't care if I'm only getting 2 hours of sleep. I'm gonna do that shower routine.
You said you were crying every week.
Every week, yeah.
How many times a week?
Like 2 to 3, at least.
Do you know why you were crying?
Stress. Life blowing up.
At what moments did you find yourself crying?
Probably the most in the morning, before bed. If I was working on like a really hard project, and I feel like I couldn't get through it, I would just cry. And I don't cry like that. I was never like a super emotional person, but sometimes like God will use your pain to elevate you. And I think I was just running from so many things. Like, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. I want to do it my way. Yeah. And he's like, well, you're just going to keep running in a circle. Yeah. Call me when you're ready. Yeah. I say, God, I'm ready.
Right. Call him when you're ready.
He literally just like stepped back. I was like, call me when you're ready. Yeah. I'll be right here. Until you listen.
Yeah. No.
So I just had this like breakdown a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I cannot keep living like this. I cannot keep doing this. I am so exhausted. I am emotionally and mentally and spiritually exhausted, and I cannot keep doing this. So I just let it go. Yeah.
It's so, what's so interesting is like, I think about when I have these conversations with my friends and I think about what we talk about, like it's all, self-care is a very popular word.
Yes.
Pour into yourself. And I think about our parents' generation, especially those of us that are first generation American, what our parents had to endure. But what were their conversations like,
Right.
How were you taking care of yourself?
I don't think that was ever a conversation.
It wasn't a conversation.
Because you're living in survival mode. You're literally just trying to make it. So I didn't go to the spa. Like, that wasn't really a thing for me until I started working in hospitality. I worked for a luxury hotel brand. And that was like my introduction to people are actually living like this. Yeah. Like, they are literally coming to the spa, blowing a bag, and they're there all day. Yeah. Relaxing. What does that feel like? I was a concierge, so I got a lot of things for free. Restaurants, spas, like services. So I was able to experience those things for free. Thank God, because how was I going to afford that?
Yeah.
Because, whoa. This costs how much?
Yeah, I know. It's expensive.
Whoa.
No, I've been gifted some very nice spas.
Yeah, like, whoa.
And I'm like, well, thank you for the $700 spa today.
Because, whoa, I could never afford this. Even like being exposed to different cuisines and having these culinary experiences, which I probably would have never had had I not worked hotels. Like, I remember my first 9-course dinner. I was like, wow, this is something. Like, people are actually living like this. So why can't I? Right. If they can do it, I know I can do it.
You're so deserving of it. And that's why, like, to hear you say, like, every, since the beginning of this year at least, you said you were just emotional. But in those moments, did you ever think, like, what can I do to just make this better?
Yeah. All the time. All the time. And sometimes...
Were you afraid to call people?
Yeah. For sure.
I get that.
Because...
Yeah. Why? Perception?
No. You know, I've never cared what people thought.
Yeah.
I was a theater kid. Like, they desensitize you to criticism.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, sometimes I just don't want to be a burden on other people. I don't want to...
Okay, can I tell you something? And and I'm going to try not to get emotional. So there had been a time earlier this year I kept calling you. And you were not answering the phone. And I called Joy. I was like, something is going on with Raquel.
Like, struggling.
No, I know. I felt it. And so then I just stopped. I was like, something is... I remember going to walk with Joy and I was like, she's not good.
You're not the only one, because my mom literally sent me, she's like,
and I was like, I just have to let her, because I know, I feel like women that are just, you have a lot, obviously I'm not a mom, but
the kids love you.
I know,
because my child's obsessed with you.
It's because they feel bad. They feel my nanny days.
I don't know. He's upset. Can we call Megan? And then I call, you don't answer. Oh, she didn't answer. I said, she's working. Call her back.
Oh my gosh.
I said, if she didn't answer now, she's not going to answer. Just wait till she calls back. Oh my God.
I was leaving my cousin's house today and then River's like, where are you going? I was like, girl, I gotta go to work.
But
she's
why?
like, again? Yeah.
I know, girl.
And then Steph says, remember I told you Megan's the owner of a very fancy spa you will be working for one day.
She said, again?
I was like, oh, I wish you could just work for me now. But yeah, I remember feeling, because it's like, as you get, and I don't know if it's just in the line of work that I do, that I can always tell, because I'm always interacting with so many women and different personalities.
But you do a really intimate service.
Yeah, so I'm able to tell, like, even if I haven't seen a client for a while, I know they're going through something.
Yeah, so girl, I was struggling with the SK struggle.
But now you're on the other side of that.
Yes, because I just let it go. I let it go. Like, if you want something different, you have to respond differently.
Yeah, for sure.
And you also gotta do what's in alignment for you and not what you want to do. Because sometimes what you want isn't what you need.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Pride will kill you. It will kill you.
To let your ego.
Yes. So
and it burns to kind of let it go.
I think as entrepreneurs,
I feel like a little
because I know, like, oof.
Yeah.
Lord. Like, I just let it go. Yeah. Like, I cannot live like this anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm struggling. And, like, it really started to affect my work.
Yeah.
Like, there's a client that I need to call her. I need to call her because she's probably like, what? You literally fell off the face of the earth. Yeah. Literally struggling. Like, just...
That's why when people, don't... like, if I was supposed to do something with someone and they haven't contacted whatever and they come back, like, sometime later and, like, listen, they try to explain to me, I'm like, you don't even have to explain it.
I get it.
You don't have to explain it because I understand, but some of us can push past things more than others and so I'm like, you do not have to explain what it is. And I always want to give people that grace because in the position that I'm in, I hate that I have to explain everything to everyone because unfortunately that comes with the territory. Yeah. And it's like, I do have to somewhat let people into, okay, this is why I'm not, but I mean, I don't, I still kind of guard my personal life. I think I do it very well.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, no one other than like no. But it still bothers me that sometimes I have to, if someone keeps on contacting me, and I just want to explode sometimes on them. And I'm just like, stop.
Right.
It is
just
not
text
the
me.
time. Oh my gosh. I had my sister literally dying on the phone the other day laughing. She was like, I'm going to show you something. Customers or any like people that whoever, they have this thing that they have to speak to me. And I don't know
you're the owner.
That comes from.
You're the owner.
It is so crazy. My sister's like, send them a text.
Yeah, it's the accessibility.
I will send them a text. They still need to speak to me. And I'm like, you don't understand. For my mental health, I need you to text me back.
There's only one person in my life that if I text, she gonna call. And she's the only person that can do that because she don't like to text. So I'll pick up her call. Mm-hmm. But if I send you a text me back.
Yeah.
Text me back. Because
unless you're my friend.
Right. Just text me back. Okay?
Yeah.
Because either I'm working or I'm doing something and I can't answer. But I also realize older people, they like to talk on the phone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They like
to don't. And I love some of my older clients.
Yeah.
That are like 60 and up. They will say they'll leave a voicemail.
That's how you could tell, like what.
And then they will text
generation they are
and say, "I just have a quick question, a couple minutes of your time." Perfect. I will give you a call.
Well, luckily, I don't know if your phone does this, but you can transcribe the voicemail.
Yeah.
I need to change. If you need to reach me,
what you need.
Tell me in the voicemail.
Yes, what it is. So that when we get on the phone, I said phone. When we get on the phone,
say what you need in the voicemail.
Tell me exactly what it is. Please respond.
Yes.
Please.
No, call me when you can't. No, what do you need?
It's crazy. Even now, I feel my phone going off.
Oh my gosh. I put mine on silent. That's also one of my self-care. I've learned to D&D at night. I D&D at night.
I don't.
There are some people that are out of it because
like nonstop.
Oh my God, no.
People asking, you know how? Let me tell you something. How many unread messages are on your phone right now?
I don't know actually.
What's the number?
Oh, 6.
534.
But you know why? Because
276.
I have an Android, okay? And I know y'all like to talk about Androids like we ain't nothing. But Android, when you have Google Messages, it can put certain messages in different categories. So some of the things are in another tab. Some of the messages are in another tab. So only the important things, except for Akira, is there. It's nothing.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Don't
also,
sleep
some days I wish that I could just be like, can you be in my shoes for the day and then see why I don't respond to you?
They can't.
Call me 50 million times.
They don't understand. And it's just, being an entrepreneur, I think, it's getting a little hot. They don't understand, like, you're juggling so many different things right now. You're wearing so many hats. Like, I need a moment to actually think.
Yeah.
So if I'm not answering, I'm probably just decompressing.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a second.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny because I read this thing and it's like, if you had to call somebody, win $10 million, call somebody that won't answer and win $10 million. I said, I'm calling myself. I'm going to call myself. And that's like a running joke in my family. Like, oh, you're going to have to call her husband because she's not going to answer.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Sorry.
I live for the day where I don't have to have a cell phone.
Oof.
I'm so serious.
I just want to go somewhere where there's no service.
I don't need no
Wi-Fi.
Literally, it's gonna be I will have everything I need there, and then the people that need to contact me will absolutely know how to contact me.
It's so funny you say that because I always think to myself, this is so.
And the other side, I will get to that point where I will not be accessible.
You shouldn't be now.
Well, unfortunately, I am.
Automate some systems. I don't know. Automate some systems because sometimes
they're still gonna bother me.
You don't need to bother me. Don't bother me. Follow the protocol. Right. The bank has a system. Other places have systems.
Right.
You should have a system. But I wonder, this is random, because I feel like Beyonce is that person who she's just up there.
No.
I wonder how many numbers she has stored in her phone.
Probably not a lot.
Who has access to her?
Her family and her close group of people that work with her.
Right.
The lifers. That's it. I can't wait till my contacts only has my lifers, which is about 10 people.
I get
that phone will be so. I won't need all these terabytes.
So we need some new systems then
on my phone because
we need some new systems.
Yeah, I do. So, but anyway, last question.
Okay.
If there is one thing that you could do for yourself, and it was the very last thing that you could ever do for yourself to make sure that you have taken good care of yourself, what would that be?
It wouldn't even come in the form of doing something for myself. It would just be making sure that all of my paperwork is set up for my child. Mm-hmm. I think I could go in peace at that point. Mm-hmm. I don't care how my hair looks. I don't care what my nails look like. As long as I know that he is set and he is taken care of. Yeah. I'm okay.
You'll be good.
I'll be good. Yeah.
That's your self-care.
Yeah. You know, I just said this, like, I did not want to be a mother. That sounds bad. I didn't. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to have kids.
That wasn't like your dream. You never thought when you were a kid, like, oh my God, I can't wait.
No.
Really?
No.
What was it like? What were you thinking you wanted to do?
Be Carrie Bradshaw.
Okay, wait.
Live so when you were a kid, all the heels. And I used to tell my mom that all the time. I'm not having no kids. And she used to be like, don't say that. I'm like, I'm not. Yeah. Not having any kids. Like, it was never... I've been taking care of kids since I was younger. Because my aunt used to foster a lot of kids or whatever. Okay. And I lived with her.
And you were the oldest.
Yeah, one of the oldest.
So you were always... Okay.
Always, like, taking care of them, ironing, doing all these things. And I'm like, this is, like, a lot. It's a lot. And also, that caused me to be a people pleaser. So I don't want to take care of anybody else. I've also been taking care of my brother too since he was younger. Because my mom worked a lot.
How many years are you guys apart?
How old is he? 34? No, he's 30. 31. He's 31. Okay. My mom worked a lot, and she worked sometimes at night or whatever. So
yeah, so you had.
I would cook and clean and do all these things, and he was bad. I went to visit my mom.
Wait, where is your brother?
He lives in Orlando.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I have not met him.
He lives in Orlando. Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember so I went to visit my mom earlier this year, and she keeps like this storage box of stuff of all the things we did and the letters. Like one of the things in there was like this little letter I forged or her signature. And I said, you kept that? But in one of in the box was like a letter. It's like I wrote to her because she worked overnight. So I said, I didn't want to wake you, but Wayne does not listen to me. He did not want to do this. He did not want to do that. I can't deal with him or something I said. But I've been like taking care of him for a long time. So I did not want to take care of anybody else. I just wanted to be me. I just wanted to be free. Yeah. So when I found out I was pregnant, I'm literally still trying to figure out, when did this happen? I mean, I know how it happened, but like, what were we doing that day? Like, I don't understand.
What were you doing that day? The day you conceived?
No, like, what were the events leading up to that day? Because I'm trying to go back in my mind, like, okay, I remember this, like, what were, I don't know. But I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. And I don't know if I'm maternal. I don't know if I know how to be maternal. But
did you feel like your mom knew how to be maternal?
So, yes and no. And I say no because my grandmother, she was born in 1941.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, give me a second. Take a short break.
Yeah, more champagne. Champagne always cares. Thank you, East.
But my grandmother was born in, I think it's 1940, 1941.
Mm-hmm.
Segregation was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't end till what, 1968 or something like that. So she literally grew up through it. So she had to raise her children the only way she knew how.
Right.
And they were raised based on the system of, like, especially being in Florida, which was considered the South. Like,
Yeah.
Miami was... What? I'm going to talk about this. Okay? I know you don't want me to talk about this, devil, but I'm going to talk about it. She was, she grew up through segregation. So she kind of had to operate in a way to keep herself safe.
Yeah.
So she kind of raised her children like that. And I understand. But my mom was also the baby.
Mm-hmm.
According to her siblings, she was a tyrant.
Mm. Listen,
she was the baby.
You said there were 7. She was like, you kids help me raise her. At this point, I'm tired.
Yeah. But also my mom had me really young. She was a teenager.
How old is she?
18.
Okay.
But she was pregnant with me during her last year of high school.
Okay. So she had you at 18, but...
I think 18 or 19.
Okay.
I think. But she was pregnant with me during high school, her last year of high school.
Mm.
So, in a sense, she also did not get to, I guess, maybe live the life that she wanted to live,
of
right?
Course.
Because she had me at such a young age. Yeah. And that's really young to have kids.
It is.
Because you're literally a teenager still.
You're still
it doesn't matter
baby.
If you're 18 or 19.
Yes.
Even 20, you still a baby.
Yes, you are.
You're still a baby.
Think about me and like you're so young.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot to take on.
She did what she knew how. She did what was best with the resources that she had.
Right.
But for me, I just knew, I was like, I am not having kids. I don't want to have children.
That's funny because there's a girl I went to high school with. And I'll never forget going to her house. And like she was always she just had a very strong personality.
Yeah.
Like, and I always wonder, like, why is she so aggressive? Like, she's loud, she's aggressive. And then when I got to go to her home and see, she had 2 younger sisters and a single mom. The mom worked a lot, obviously needed to provide for the home.
Right.
And she had to take care of her 2 younger sisters.
Tired.
She wants no children.
Yeah, no, it really...
And I get that. Like, seeing...
You have to mature really fast. I was really mature for my age.
Imagine coming home from high school, which obviously you did, and you have to cook, you have to clean, you got to get your homework done. And I'm coming home from high school, I got to worry about soccer practice and making sure I'm getting, and Dad, did you cook? Did you like, those are 2 different lives.
My therapist asked me, the things that you wanted to do as a teenager, why don't you do them now?
Yeah.
I said, I just wanted to be. I just wanted to be.
Yeah.
I wanted to just...
And that's truly what you are as a teen. Like, you're just existing.
I just want to exist. Like, I didn't really go out with friends like that. I didn't, I used to be so scared to ask my mom to do things.
Because why?
Because my mom was tough.
Oh.
Ooh. My mama was tough.
But she was also in law enforcement, right?
That's why.
That's why she saw too much.
She was really, really
My dad was
tough.
very strict too. We couldn't even walk out the front door without him watching us or go to the... I'm like, oh my gosh. But honestly, it makes me a scaredy cat now some days. It depends on the day. Some days I'm like a G and I'm like...
I can do this. Then you like just like looking over his shoulder walking to the car.
But other days
everybody is suspicious.
But no, I would understand that as law enforcement. You can't unsee
Yeah, she was
anything.
real. She was tough,
especially here in South Florida, girl.
Which as an adult now, I do appreciate it. But I would have like just loosen the reins a little bit.
No, that's why you're where you are now, because she tightened it up, right?
But when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know how this is gonna work because I'm not maternal and I don't know what to do.
Well, obviously you had to be somewhat of maternal for taking care of your little brother.
Listen, that boy made me want to jack him up so many times. But even now, we have a close relationship. Like, he will call me often, and he's like, you're the only person that understands me. You're the only person that gets me. Yeah. I said, yeah, I done had to knock you out a few times. But, as I, like progressing through the pregnancy and my belly's growing, I'm like, oh, my God. This is a real human being in here. Like, oh, this is getting real. Yeah. But when I had him, as soon as I had him, I don't know what happened. It's like when you're pushing out a baby, there's like a portal. A portal is opened up. And then that baby comes out with life. And something just happens to your spirit. Yeah. And immediately, I thought I knew what love was. Mm-hmm. It's something I can't describe. And then that moment also helped me understand God's love for me. Yeah. Like, in what way? I can't describe to you how much I love my child. It's like this crazy, overwhelming feeling. And I said, wow, that's what God feels for me. That's crazy. Like, Isaiah can do anything. Like, he could slap me. He could do anything he wants. And I'm still going to be like, you still my baby. Yeah. You are still my child. I don't care what you do. That's how God loves me. I can do anything. I went through this moment where I'm like, I don't want to believe in you anymore. Like, my life is just so hard right now. Why are you not answering me? Why are you not listening? Yeah. But it wasn't the fact that he wasn't listening. I just kept talking too much. If you shut up and listen and still be still, you can hear what I'm trying to tell you. But even in those moments, he shows me that I still love you regardless. Yeah. That's how I feel about my son. And I said, oh my God, that's how God feels about me. Right. He loves me like that.
Do you feel like you can't have that love for like any other kid that's not yours?
That's one of my concerns with the second child. Like, I have so much love for him. How do I share that?
It's so interesting. Okay, this is what gets me excited. How do I share that? About one day becoming a mom is because, my background being I used to be a full-time nanny. I think about every child that I used to nanny all the time. Yeah. Like, I remember in college, even when I was 15, I first started with Ethan and Jaden. Ethan was a newborn.
Oh, wow.
He was a tiny little baby. I remember being so excited. Mind you, I was 15 or 16. No, 16 because I was able to drive there. And I remember always being so excited to go see Ethan and Jaden.
I love babies. I didn't think I liked. I mean, honestly, I still don't really like kids. I like my kid.
My sister says the same thing. She was like, I don't know how you, but then I'm just like, and then there was Ethan and Jaden. Then, I had some of the stragglers that I didn't stay with for as long. They were just like in and out. Ethan and Jaden I stayed with for a long time. Then when I got to college, I had 4 kids. And from newborn, Meredith was, I think, a month old. And then there was a 1, 4, and 8.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, I was so excited to make their food. I was so excited to do everything, to take them to extracurriculars. And William was the oldest. He was high functioning autism. And I remember just like all of them. I mean, all of them had such great personalities, and they really did come from two really amazing parents. But they just worked a lot.
Yeah.
But the dad was a doctor. The mom was is a nurse. But I just remember always being so excited and feeling so much love for these kids. Till this day, feel so much love for the kids. And then there's Trey and Reese. I absolutely freaking
And you
adore.
remember all the kids you nanny?
Yeah, and then Chase and Connor was my retirement. And oh my God, that boy Connor. I freaking love him. But I mean, I love all of them. And I'm just like, when you have your own, I'm like, but my heart explodes for these kids.
Well, it's going to shatter.
So I'm like, how much more can I love them?
Listen, that's...
And my niece, when I held my niece for the first time, waterfalls. I'm like, this is my child.
Well, yes, I wanted to be the auntie, but I don't think my brothers are going to give me any.
So yeah, when I hear you say that, I'm just like about the whole love.
No, it's like
I'm crazy. Like, damn, am I about to pass out for?
You probably will. As soon as I put that. Like, the love is overwhelming. Like, it is. I can't even describe to you like what it feels like. Yeah. And then what also happened was, so I had a brother who passed away when he was 3. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I had gotten home from the birthing center and I was taking a shower, I literally just started crying my eyes out because I understood what my dad felt to lose a child. Like, I mean...
How did you guys lose him?
He had asthma. He had an asthma attack.
Oh.
Yeah, he was 3. He was young. He was 3 going on 30. He said some stuff. He used to be saying some stuff. And I'm just like, how old are you? But it was in that moment I understood the pain.
Yeah.
That he probably felt. And I only say probably because I've never lost a child, so I know. But because now I have my own, I can understand what it could feel like to not have that anymore.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
Woo. It was tough. And I just cried for like a good 10 minutes in that shower because I'm like, oh my God, to not have that love anymore, to not have it taken away from you in its purest form, because children are so innocent and so pure.
That's why I love them so much.
Oh my gosh.
And I have all the patience in the world for them.
Isaiah loves me so much. Oh my gosh.
He does.
He tells me all the time. He says, you're my bestie.
Oh.
You're my bestie too.
Yes. I feel like boys, one thing that I'm like, oh God, please bless me with all girls. Only because eventually the boy has to grow up.
And get a girlfriend, yes. I'm not ready.
He has to get married.
I'm not ready.
And then the girls, you can get married, but sis, we're locked in. We are locked in.
I'm not ready for that. Please.
But yeah, no, I think about that. I'm like, dang it. I'm going to have to let the boy go.
I don't know, because with my late mother-in-law, we had a great relationship.
Like, no, of course.
We were really close.
But then how many times did her son call her? For everything. Your girls will always call you for everything.
No, I mean, they talk a lot. They talk often.
Because I feel like men, they just are different. They operate different.
If anything, it was his mom calling him, asking, or calling me like, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah.
So it was just such a different dynamic. Like, even, I don't think I had the typical daughter-in-law, mother-in-law relationship. Because sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, we know each other, or the mother-in-law hates your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Like, that was my girl.
I feel like all the guys
that was my girl.
I've always had good relationships with their mom.
So it was, you couldn't tell, no one could tell me that I wasn't her child.
Yeah.
You would never know. You would think that was my biological mom.
Yeah.
That's how close we were.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. And if he ever... when the time comes, oh Lord, I hope that we have the relationship that me and my mother-in-law had.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you will.
Oh God, I can't.
I think Zay's gonna pick a good girl.
Get the girls out of here. No.
I think he's gonna pick a good girl.
No. Stay with me forever and never grow up. I say that now, like, why do you have to grow up? He says, because I have to turn into a grown-up. No, you don't. You can stay.
Yeah.
Now I really understand the movie Bubble Boy.
I don't know that movie.
It's like a movie where these parents kept their grown child in a literal bubble. He never went outside.
No, that's abuse. No, I don't believe in that. You need to let your child be free.
Forever. Don't ever leave me. I just love you so very much.
No.
But he will have to grow up.
Wings.
And I do allow him the space to just be a butterfly and express yourself and let him have emotions, because sometimes Black boys are taught to be so stoic and to suppress. No, you can cry. It's fine. Cry. But my child like to get loud. So I'm saying, look, if you need to do all that, I'm going to need you to count to 10. And then we going to end it right there. That's it. Because he could keep... Oh, God.
He can.
Oh, Lord.
He can.
And he's also really dramatic. So if you're feeding into it, he's gonna keep going. But, like, cry. Feel your feelings. Feel your emotions. I never want you to feel like you can't be a human.
Yeah.
Because then that leads to aggression.
Yeah.
Anger problems. Communication problems. You don't know how to talk through your feelings.
Yeah, you're gonna find
say
some
what's
way
wrong.
Yeah,
no. If you ever need therapy, you probably will. It's not going to be on me. Yeah. I cannot have that on my conscience. I always say that. You will not go to therapy because of me. If you go to therapy because of me, it's probably because I told you couldn't have something.
Yeah.
And you wanted it. But it's never going to be because of my lack of emotional parenting.
Oh, okay.
No. Mm-mm. I'm not. I can't have that on me.
Yeah.
He will grow up to be a functional adult in society. Okay? He's not going to be one of those, what was the term that was going around? F-boys. I'm not raising those.
Please don't. We don't need any more.
Absolutely not. No. I'm not going to be an enabler. I will not enable his behavior. If he's wrong, I will tell him.
Right.
You got to know how to treat people. You got to know how to treat women. So we're raising accountable men over here.
Yeah. I love that. That's my thing. That's what the gays do.
Yes.
But anyway, this has been such a pleasure.
Yes.
I just love this. You know, remember the show Molly's Big Comfy Couch?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, this is like Melanated's Big Comfy.
Can we? You know what? Maybe we should do that.
I like it.
At somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. Somewhere.
And let's talk about like things. Like,
yeah. This has just been so. It's obviously everything starts off as an idea, a vision.
Yes.
And this whole Luxe and Loved
I love it.
Has been it just came from so many intimate conversations I've had with clients that I'm like, these are very healing. And I love that I can invite someone into this space that I love. And we're just able to just open up and
being vulnerable is a superpower.
Yeah.
I think we're taught not to really say how we feel or to just put on this facade and put on pride. No, it's say how you feel. 9 times out of 10 somebody else feels the same way.
Absolutely.
So just say it.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, no, it's been such a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. You will not be seeing me on camera again.
You will.
You'll be seeing me behind the camera.
She's always behind the scenes. You gotta get in front of the camera.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. The people behind the scenes make the most money.
That's true. So I'm gonna have to start, you know. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Luxe and Love. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at melanatedbeautyspa.com. If you're interested in booking appointments, make sure you visit our website and click book now. Locations here in Pembroke Pines. All right, toodles.